Because apparently when your phone gets stuck in a hole for like 20 minutes, it really ruins the algorithm for suggestion or whatever. The algorithm decides not to show your stream to people when there's a 20-minute break of nothingness. Right now I got auto steer going. Ignore the John Deere logo. This is a Caterpillar. No, a Cat Challenger. If you don't believe me, the cat logo, and there's the cat. And there's the code. Well, no, there's the Ripper. And there's the driver. Oh wait. Now, who's driving this darn thing? I love that joke. But yeah, so got auto steer going, or I guess you could call it auto deer because it's deer auto steer and a cat. And that's the monitor. Right now, it's keeping us right on that little line there. When you hear that beeping, it means we're off by a tad, but you know, it's auto-correcting. I don't think I'm gonna stream this entire field because this thing does get over 10 acres an hour, but this is 120 acres, so yeah, I don't think I'm doing a 10 to 12 hour stream. I could, I don't know. welcome to the live stream. Consider leaving a like if you, well, like it. If you don't, well, fine by me too. Currently, oh, hi Gideon. Currently we're sitting behind the wheel of a 300, almost 400 horsepower machine, being a 2-track Caterpillar crawler, pulling a 7-shank, I forget what it's called, a Brent Ripper. Those shanks are, well, maybe I'll show a picture at some point, but those shanks are like 5 foot, not 5 foot, like 3 foot long, although they only go about a foot in the ground. But like this thing could go through a, well, it could go through that road right there if you wanted. And if you look very closely, you can, wait, where'd he go? Oh, you can see my neighbor and their tractor right about there. But yeah, if this tractor didn't have just flimsy sheet metal on the front, you could honestly drive it through a building. Like that farm over there, I could drive it through any of those buildings I wanted. Ain't got no tires to go flat, and has all the power to do whatever I want. Because one time, when my grandpa was driving this thing, and he managed to clip a telephone pole and didn't even notice, but the telephone pole sure did, but he sure didn't. I'll be back in a sec, but I gotta turn the tractor around. So if you see that giant metal spike, oh, gee, that's rough. Like, if anyone can see that giant metal spike by the tire there, and it's a little hard to see, but that's the Ripper. And that thing goes almost a foot into the ground. Well, I've been in this tractor for, let's see, almost 2 hours. I had to pause for a minute because, well, it's a very wonderfully designed cab. I have my phone set up here between this vent and the window when I can't hold it. And unfortunately, I hit a bump and it went right in this crack here where I couldn't reach the phone, so I had to drive all the way back home, just to find this Allen wrench, take all these bolts off all over it, and then I was able to get my phone. Yeah, that sucked. So now there's got towels shoved in here to, you know, prevent that from happening again. Tells you how long it, or well, what is it? This tractor's from the 90s, and tells you I'm not the first person to drop something in there, because I also found this cassette player, or no, this cassette tape in there too. Go figure. But hey, you can't complain. It has a lot of power, so one little design flaw. Hey, welcome to the stream, everyone else. Oh yeah, but so my phone was stuck in that hole for like 20 minutes, which completely killed all the viewers on my stream. Like, everyone left on YouTube just was like, hey, nope, don't show this to anybody. So, I started another stream now. currently around 18,000, not 18,000, almost 1900, a little under 1900 RPM, and that's about 6.1 miles per hour. Sorry for anyone using the metric system. I don't know how to make it read out, or tell me that. I don't think it even has an option. So that there, well, this is the auto steer here. There's an electric motor, there's the computer and display in here, and this little switch here turns it on and off, which I need it off about right now because I don't want to go into the road. I mean, I want to, but it wouldn't be good. Well, honestly, this thing would go through the road if I wanted it to. It's just, I'd get in a lot of trouble if I did that. My dad wouldn't be very happy, and I know the road commissioner would be on my, well, I think I don't know if I go to jail, but I definitely would be in a lot of trouble either way. So if you see that white line there, that's my closest line on my grid that auto steer will, hook up to. And this upcoming line, when it gets to about 3 foot, then I'll hit the little green button there, and the steering wheel takes control. Even if I somehow didn't get in trouble, it still would definitely damage all the discs on here, and those aren't cheap. And I know not only would I have to buy new ones, I'd have to replace them too, like putting them on. Labor is not fun, but it's part of farming. Good news, I'm almost to the end of this little section. Bad news is there's a lot more left. Done with this little section here. Right now, a lot more. I need to pay a lot more attention to this area right here because, well, it takes a lot more. It's much more hands-on, I'd say, because I gotta keep turning around shorter and shorter every time. But once I go to the other section, I have a lot more time to do other things. Yep, there goes the phone. So far, I'd say I probably got about 20 acres done so far, but that's just a rough estimate. It'd be nice if this thing would tell me. Here we go. So this field is roughly half a mile long by over half a mile wide. But when you're cultivating and ripping, basically whenever you're doing any tillage, you always want to go at an angle. That way you can actually ensure you'll get all the, well, here I guess we'll call it stubble in the field here. That's just, what's ever left from the crops when we harvest. Because otherwise they might just slip through if you go straight along with them. Oh, yeah, but so the field might be half a mile long, but these rows are just a bit over half a mile. Anyways, the cool thing you can do with auto steer is, as you can guess, I don't have to touch this thing until I turn around at the ends. So I can get out of the cab. No driver. Either that or the tractor is haunted. So yeah, auto steer is really nice. I wish this thing would actually show a map though too, because it makes the nicest, straightest lines you've ever seen. But I don't know how to do that. Remember, if you like whatever you're seeing, or if you want to see more, leave a like, and if you want to see more, subscribe. Or I said that wrong. If you like what you're watching, remember to leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. It feels weird saying that. I don't really like doing that. You can tell I don't have it memorized because you can tell I don't say it very much because I don't have it memorized how to say it right at all. Tillage. With the 380 horsepower Caterpillar 85D pulling a 7-shank Brent Ripper. So I think the plan here is I'm gonna stream for about 30 more minutes and then probably call it quits for at least now, okay? If there's anything you guys would like to ask or see, just let me know though. This or more live streams, leave a like and subscribe, and so on and so forth, whatever that junk is, because there's a lot more tillage to go after this. This is 120 acres of cornfield. I also do, videos on trains, tractors, fire. Don't forget to vote on the poll. Let me know if you're enjoying the stream or not. Hello. Welcome to the live stream. It's called Tillage 2025. Yay. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. I got plenty of answers. If you like the if you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave a like. And if you want to see more, or I don't know how it really works exactly, but I guess increase your chances of seeing the next live stream. Remember to subscribe, or just if you want to see some of the other videos. Most of them are YouTube shorts, though. But most of them are also farming related, so it's up to you. If you like farm content, leave don't forget to subscribe, and if you don't, well, thanks for stopping by anyways. Anything's appreciated. Right now, for anyone new to the stream, sitting behind the wheel of a Caterpillar 85D, which is roughly 380 horsepower. It's a 2-track crawler. If you ignore this, the John Deere logo, it's John Deere auto steer, but it's still Cat tractor. That's the auto steer there. There's an electric motor. Wires go to... I don't know where the computer is exactly, but I believe the computer's in here. The screen just shows me where I am and all that, which helps me line up on like that little white line there. And this shuts it on and off for whenever I gotta turn around. One thing that's really neat about auto steer though is that I can do this. No driver. This here is almost 729 cubic inches of raw Caterpillar diesel power. One big engine calls for one huge exhaust pipe and intake. Tillage 2025. Yay! If you have any questions, ask away. If you don't, well, I don't know. welcome to the live stream. Hello, welcome to the live stream of Fall Tillage 2025. I don't know if you can hear me very well or not. The phone's like 3 foot away from me. If you like what you're seeing, leave a like. If you don't, then I'll stick around anyways. That's the quickest way to get rid of viewers, folks. Thank you for the like. Hello, is it Dimitru? If I'm pronouncing that right, I hope I am. Hello, and welcome to the live stream. Hey, I got it right. Well, I'm currently sitting behind the wheel of a almost 400 horsepower machine. The cool part is that we have auto steer running, so I don't even have to put my hands on this at the end of the field each time. And I can do this. Now more than a little, it's like, well, it might be 60 degrees now, but it was chilly out this morning. Oddly enough, it's warm in the cab, but so warm enough I actually have the air conditioning turned on. Oh, speaking of turning. You gotta turn the tractor around. I would show what it's like to turn the tractor around. I need all my hands to do that. For anyone just joining the stream, I mean, unless something else happens, like suddenly like 400 people start watching, but that ain't gonna happen. I'm probably gonna end the stream in around 14-ish minutes, because at that point it's been an hour. I need my phone to charge too, because it's at 45%. Oh boy. Remember, if you're enjoying the stream, leave a like, and if you want to see more, not only live streams, farming live streams, videos, and posts and such, well, subscribe. Because that's what most of what my channel is now. A little slice of life on the farm. So if anyone has any questions they'd like to ask, I'm free to answer them. Doesn't even have to be farming related. I'm, just whatever. I just can't stand a silent live stream. Yes, I have been to another country, although it's not very exciting. It's just Canada, so like a 6-hour drive north. It's like, yep, there I am. Although it was kind of cool. We went to Niagara Falls, which is, really awesome. Although it's a lot cooler from the Canadian side. Who knows, someday I might go to Europe, but a very well-traveled life for a farmer. Okay. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Well, if there's anyone watching still, I'm going to end the stream in about 2 minutes. Although if we can hit 10 likes, I'll do another 30 minutes, but that's probably not going to happen. A little bit of short notice too, but you know, whatever. Just a tad. What was it, like a minute and 20 seconds left, so. For anyone still watching from more than 5 minutes ago, thanks for watching, but. Oy, it gets exhausting holding your hand up for this long. Well, thanks to everyone for watching and tuning in, but this is the end. Bye-bye.